Have you ever wondered where XRP could be heading in the next few months? Market experts have been analyzing trends, and one of the most talked about predictions comes from Tom Lee, who recently shared a bold estimate for XRP's price by May. Investors and traders alike are looking for clear signals, and this prediction has sparked a lot of attention because it's based on data, patterns, and market behavior rather than speculation. The markets have been moving rapidly, and XRP has shown unique resilience compared to many other cryptocurrencies. While some coins struggle with volatility, XRP continues to maintain a strong position, partly due to adoption by financial institutions and technological upgrades. Understanding why experts like Tom Lee are optimistic requires looking at the underlying market trends, historical price patterns, and adoption metrics that influence XRP's growth potential. Tom Lee is known for making clear, data backed predictions, and his insights are often based on technical analysis and market fundamentals. According to his assessment, XRP could see significant price movement in the coming months, potentially reaching levels that excite both long-term holders and active traders. This is not just hype, it is rooted in observing key factors such as trading volume, liquidity, institutional adoption, and recent announcements from Ripple and its partners. Market behavior often follows predictable patterns, and experts like Lee, analyze these trends to forecast possible outcomes. By examining XRP's chart performance, trading activity on major exchanges, and the impact of global financial news, one can understand why such predictions are taken seriously by the crypto community. One key factor in XRP's potential price surge is the growing adoption of its network for real world financial applications. Ripple has continued to secure partnerships with banks and payment providers, which creates demand for XRP as a bridge currency. This adoption strengthens the network and increases confidence among investors, potentially contributing to a price increase. Moreover, XRP's unique position as a fast, low cost transaction solution makes it attractive not just to traders, but also to institutions that handle large volumes of international payments. The combination of technological efficiency, regulatory clarity in certain regions, and growing usage positions XRP as one of the more stable cryptocurrencies in the market, even amid broader market fluctuations. Another important aspect to consider is market sentiment. Investor psychology plays a critical role in how prices move, and Tom Lee's prediction is influencing both institutional and retail investor behavior. When a respected analyst shares a strong forecast, it often generates interest, increases trading activity, and sometimes accelerates price movement. While predictions are never guarantees, the attention and momentum generated by these statements can have a measurable effect. Observing how XRP reacts to news, tweets, and expert commentary can provide valuable insights into potential market trends. And those who track these signals closely may position themselves to take advantage of price movements as they happen. It's also worth noting that external factors, such as regulatory updates, macroeconomic conditions, and market-wide trends in cryptocurrency, can impact XRP's trajectory. Tom Lee's forecast considers these elements alongside technical analysis, creating a comprehensive view of what might happen. Traders and investors should stay informed about news affecting the cryptocurrency market because these factors can either reinforce or counteract predictions. For example, global adoption of digital assets, changes in central bank policies, or developments in blockchain regulations can significantly influence XRP's price. Understanding this context allows investors to make more, informed decisions rather than relying solely on predictions, even those from credible experts. For those watching XRP closely, Tom Lee's price prediction by May represents more than just numbers. It's a reflection of growing interest and confidence in the asset. Following market trends, adoption metrics, and expert insights can help investors develop a clearer understanding of XRP's potential. While the market will always carry risk, combining careful observation with data driven analysis offers a more structured approach to navigating cryptocurrency investments. By staying attentive to both technical and fundamental signals, traders can position themselves for potential opportunities while managing risks effectively. To truly understand why XRP could hit the predicted price by May, it is important to dive deeper into the factors driving its growth. One of the most critical aspects is adoption. Ripple has been actively forming partnerships with banks, payment providers, and financial institutions around the world. Each partnership increases the real world use of XRP, making it more than just a speculative asset. When more institutions start using XRP for cross border payments, it creates natural demand for the coin, which can influence its price. Unlike many other cryptocurrencies that are used mainly for trading or holding, yet XRP has an actual utility in the financial system, which strengthens its position in the market and supports long term growth potential. Liquidity is another major factor that plays a role in XRP's potential price movement. High liquidity ensures that XRP can be traded efficiently across exchanges without causing massive price swings. It also allows large investors to enter or exit positions more easily, which is attractive to institutional players. The more liquidity there is, the more stable the market tends to be, reducing extreme volatility. Observing trading volume trends across major exchanges can give clues about how strong the market support for XRP is and whether it is ready to move higher. Analysts like Tom Lee pay close attention to these patterns because they help in predicting possible price levels with greater accuracy. Technical analysis is another tool that experts use to forecast XRP's price. By looking at charts, past performance, and patterns in trading behavior, analysts try to identify trends that indicate potential upward movement. For example, when XRP consistently maintains certain support levels or shows signs of breaking through resistance points, it can signal the start of a new trend. These technical signals combined with fundamental factors such as adoption and market sentiment, create a more complete picture of what might happen. While technical analysis is not foolproof, it is widely used by traders to make informed decisions, and it adds credibility to forecasts like the one Tom Lee shared. Investor sentiment also plays a huge role in the price of XRP. Cryptocurrency markets are, highly influenced by psychology, and, positive predictions from respected analysts can impact how people trade. And when experts highlight potential growth, yeah, it often creates excitement among investors, which increases buying activity and, can lead to upward momentum. Social media, news outlets, and market discussions all contribute to shaping investor sentiment. Watching how the community reacts to news and forecasts can provide additional insight into short-term movements, even as the underlying fundamentals continue to influence long-term trends. For XRP, strong positive sentiment could amplify the potential price increase predicted for May. Global market conditions are another layer to consider. Cryptocurrency prices do not exist in isolation. They are influenced by broader economic trends, regulatory developments, and geopolitical events. For XRP, updates on blockchain regulations, global adoption of digital currencies, and news from major financial markets can all affect its price trajectory. For example, favorable regulatory decisions or announcements about new financial integrations can boost investor confidence and drive demand. On the other hand, uncertainty or negative news can create temporary setbacks. By monitoring these external factors alongside technical and fundamental signals, investors can better anticipate how XRP might perform in the months leading to May. It is essential to look at XRP's competitive position in the crypto market. While many digital assets experience high volatility and speculative bubbles, XRP's unique value proposition lies in its utility, speed, and cost effectiveness. Its network can process transactions faster and cheaper than traditional banking systems or other cryptocurrencies, giving it a real world advantage. This practical use case, combined with increasing adoption and technical market support, contributes to the optimistic projections. Analysts like Tom Lee consider these competitive advantages when making predictions, showing that the forecast is not just a random guess, but an informed estimate based on multiple data points. Another important element to consider when evaluating XRP's potential price by May is market catalysts that could trigger significant movement. Catalysts are events or developments that can create momentum for the coin. For XRP, these could include major announcements from Ripple, adoption news from banks, or updates in the cryptocurrency ecosystem that favor its use. For instance, if a new financial institution, integrates XRP into its payment system, it can generate both increased demand and positive sentiment in the market. Such events often lead to higher trading volumes, which can accelerate price growth and align with predictions like Tom Lee's. Tracking, upcoming events and announcements can provide investors with an early view of potential price shifts. Regulatory clarity is another key factor influencing XRP's price. Over the past few years, regulatory uncertainty has been one of the main challenges for XRP and other cryptocurrencies. However, recent developments show signs of clearer guidelines, which could boost confidence among investors. When regulations are well defined, institutions feel safer using XRP, which increases adoption and naturally supports price growth. Market participants pay close attention to legal updates because they can either strengthen confidence or create temporary hesitation. For a forecast like the one from Tom Lee, positive regulatory news acts as a strong supporting factor that could help XRP reach the predicted price levels by May. Market cycles also play a significant role in predicting potential price movements. Cryptocurrencies often follow patterns of growth, consolidation, and correction. Observing these cycles can help anticipate where XRP might be headed next. During periods of consolidation, prices may move sideways, allowing the market to absorb buying and selling pressure. When the cycle shifts toward growth, strong buying activity can push prices higher quickly. Analysts like Tom Lee look at historical cycles and market patterns to estimate possible outcomes. Recognizing these patterns allows traders and investors to make more informed decisions, helping them understand both the opportunities and risks associated with XRP in the coming months. It is also essential to monitor the broader cryptocurrency market because XRP does not move in isolation. Trends in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other major coins often influence XRP's behavior. For example, if the overall market experiences a strong bullish trend, XRP is likely to benefit as well. Conversely, a bearish market may slow down or limit growth potential. Market correlations, trading volumes, and investor behavior across multiple coins provide context that strengthens the reliability of predictions. Understanding how XRP interacts with the broader crypto ecosystem allows investors to better anticipate its performance, especially when looking at short term price targets like those forecasted for May. Technical developments within Ripple's ecosystem can further impact XRP's trajectory. Updates such as new payment solutions, network upgrades, or partnerships with cross border payment providers enhance XRP's real world utility. These developments attract institutional interest and increase confidence among traders, which can translate into upward price momentum. The more tangible the improvements and integrations, the stronger the market reaction tends to be. In other words, XRP's growth is not purely speculative. It is supported by measurable advancements in technology and adoption. Tom Lee's prediction takes these ongoing developments into account, showing that the forecast is grounded in observable progress rather than abstract optimism. It is important to consider the psychological impact of predictions from market experts. When a respected analyst like Tom Lee shares a forecast, it can influence both retail and institutional investors. People tend to react to credible insights, and this can create a self reinforcing effect. Increased attention leads to more trading activity, which can impact the price in real time. While no prediction is guaranteed, the influence of expert commentary on market sentiment is undeniable. By observing these psychological patterns, along with, tangible adoption, technical progress, and market trends, investors gain a well-rounded perspective on XRP's potential performance. Understanding these combined factors can help traders and holders prepare for possible movements leading up to May. While the outlook for XRP is optimistic, it is equally important to understand the risks that could influence its price by May. No matter how promising a forecast may seem, cryptocurrency markets are inherently volatile and sensitive to sudden changes. Factors such as unexpected regulatory decisions, technical issues within the network or shifts in global financial markets can impact XRP's trajectory. Investors must recognize that predictions, even from credible experts like Tom Lee, are based on probabilities and trends, not certainties. By being aware of potential challenges, traders and holders can make better informed decisions and avoid reacting impulsively to short term market fluctuations. One of the main risks is regulatory uncertainty, which can still affect XRP despite recent positive developments. While some countries are providing clearer guidelines, others remain cautious or restrictive when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Changes in regulations or new restrictions could limit adoption, reduce investor confidence, and slow price growth. For example, if a major market imposes stricter rules on trading or using XRP, it could temporarily lower demand and create downward pressure on the price. Understanding these possibilities helps investors prepare and make strategic decisions rather than relying solely on predictions. Market volatility is another factor that cannot be ignored. Even when adoption and technical developments are strong, cryptocurrency prices can experience rapid swings due to market sentiment, large trades, or news events. XRP has historically shown periods of both strong growth and sudden declines, and this pattern could continue. Traders should be prepared for price fluctuations and avoid making decisions based only on short term movements. Keeping a long term perspective while monitoring technical and fundamental indicators can help manage the impact of volatility and reduce the risk of emotional reactions. Competition from other cryptocurrencies also plays a role in determining XRP's future price. While XRP has unique advantages like speed, low transaction costs, and institutional adoption, other coins continue to innovate and attract attention. Investors need to monitor the broader crypto market to understand how shifts in interest toward competing networks might influence XRP. A sudden surge in popularity for another coin or a breakthrough in technology elsewhere could impact XRP's position temporarily. By keeping an eye on the competitive landscape, traders can better gauge the likelihood of XRP reaching predicted levels and adjust their strategies accordingly. External macroeconomic factors can also influence XRP's trajectory. Global financial trends, central bank policies, inflation rates, and economic stability all impact investor behavior and appetite for cryptocurrencies. During periods of uncertainty or economic stress, digital assets can experience heightened volatility even if underlying fundamentals remain strong. Yeah, for XRP, monitoring these macroeconomic signals is important because they can either reinforce the growth predicted by analysts or create headwinds that slow momentum. Understanding this context helps investors make more informed decisions rather than reacting to price movements alone. Preparation and strategy are essential for anyone looking to take advantage of potential price movements. Investors should combine knowledge of adoption trends, technical signals, market sentiment, and regulatory developments to form a balanced view. Risk management practices such as diversification, setting stop losses, and not investing more than one can afford to lose are critical. even with a positive forecast like Tom Lee's, responsible decision making ensures that investors can protect their capital while remaining positioned to benefit from potential growth. By focusing on informed strategies rather than emotions, traders and holders can navigate the unpredictable cryptocurrency market more effectively. As we approach May, the outlook for XRP continues to generate excitement among investors and traders alike. While expert predictions, the like Tom Lee suggest the potential for a notable price increase, it is important to remember that cryptocurrency markets are influenced by a combination of factors, including adoption, technical developments, market sentiment, and global financial trends. XRP's ongoing integration with banks and financial institutions provides it with a practical use case that differentiates it from many other digital assets, reinforcing the potential for price growth in the near term. Tracking these developments allows investors to make more informed decisions and stay ahead of market trends. Another factor that contributes to XRP's potential is its competitive advantage in terms of speed, cost, and efficiency. Unlike traditional payment systems or some other cryptocurrencies, XRP is designed to handle large volumes of transactions quickly and at a low cost. This makes it attractive to institutions that need to move money internationally, which in turn increases demand for the coin and strengthens its market position. When adoption continues to grow and more institutions integrate XRP into their systems, it can create a reinforcing cycle of usage and demand, potentially supporting the forecasted price increase. Investor psychology continues to play a major role as well. Positive predictions from analysts like Tom Lee often attract attention, generate discussions across social media and crypto forums, and influence trading behavior. This effect can sometimes amplify market movements, especially when combined with technical signals or major news events. By staying aware of these behavioral trends, investors can better understand how XRP might react to new information and how sentiment could impact short-term price movements. This does not guarantee outcomes, but it offers a useful lens for interpreting market behavior. It is equally important to maintain a balanced perspective. While the prediction for May is promising, every investor should consider the risks involved. Market volatility, potential regulatory changes, and competition from other digital assets can all impact XRP's performance. Combining careful observation of market trends with strategic planning is essential. Setting clear investment goals, managing risk, and maintaining patience can help investors navigate uncertainties while staying positioned to benefit from potential growth. The goal is not to chase predictions blindly, but to make informed decisions based on multiple sources of information. In conclusion, XRP shows a strong combination of utility, adoption, and market potential that supports optimistic forecasts like the one shared by Tom Lee.